Yo, hi pod people, it's Joe.
And I'm Kel, and this is another cosmic catch up. We
Been a while.
apologize
No,
because
we don't.
no, we don't, not really. We
No, you need to
said we'll
take
be
time
back in
out.
July, that it's the start of August, but it is what it is, Like life gets in the way and it's been hectic, and
We needed a clearly more
we
of a
needed.
rest than we expected.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. We shouldn't apologize.
Nope,
It is what
no
it
need.
is. So,
Can I
what have
just
you been
say,
up to, Jodes?
before we start, Kel, just want to say, look how mad your greenery is. Like
Yeah,
it
I
looks
mean,
sick. I
people who
mean,
are
I've got
listening can't see, but my apartment, I've got like nice green stuff hanging and
uh,
some plants behind me. But Joe, you've got like a Wagga,
I've got a picture.
Murrumbidgee River kind
I
of.
took this with blue skies and beautiful trees. It just makes me happy because I'm in a closed room now because dun 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 dun. Update from me is because I started a new job and I'm working from
Woohoo!
home,
Yay! Welcome to the
which
working from home crew.
I know, which you've been doing for a million years before COVID
Before COVID, yeah.
escalated that world. You were doing that since I can remember. This is very new for me. So I've tucked myself in one of the bedrooms and created an office in here because, as you know, slightly cold here in winter.
Oh, yeah. I've experienced the weather there in winter.
Yeah, so out where I usually have my desk with my lovely rainbow blinds and everything, can't really be out there. It's too open, can't ever heat
Yeah.
it up. So I'm locked myself away. I've started a new job. It's, the first new job in 21 years because that's
And,
how long I was with my other. Woo!
going back to the start of when we began this podcast, it's when you were all up in the air about like your job and you were just sort of putting it out into the universe that the right thing will fall into your lap that's in alignment, and bam,
It did.
it happened.
And it was even the way to like from even the timing of when I wanted to start something new. Like I still from my other job, even though I'd had mental health breaks, like and had time off, and then I went back for a little bit to help them out until they got someone else. Then I was like, okay, I really just want a month off before I start a new job, and I'd prefer just to start in the new financial year because headache tax things. I just
Yeah.
want to keep it simple. And yeah, I got a new job, and they were like, actually, when were you wanting to start? And I'm like, dude, like July, and they're like, oh, thank God, because we want you to start on the 3rd. I'm like, perfect. And so it's in
So it's one
if
month now of like,
yeah, just
yeah, that
five
you've been
weeks. I
in it.
finished 5 weeks. So it is a big change from what I am used to, but it's still in the education spectrum, which is what I love. It's in Aboriginal education and starting to put processes and systems in place and building a foundation, which I think is just my normal thing.
Yeah, you're a foundation person. That's just
Which,
that's your thing. And also,
yeah,
like, are you getting to build new databases with Excel from the ground up?
you know it.
The reason I say that, everyone, is because it's a running joke between Joe and I, because she's such a nerd when it comes to Excel. And like, who likes Excel?
Everyone who has a brain loves
Only
Excel,
dorks.
mate. And when you sent me a text today and I didn't respond,
Mm.
besides being on a call with our other sister Al, it's because what I've been watching on TikTok is Excel hacks.
Oh my God. See, because you
Yes.
didn't reply when I said, well, what have you been watching on TikTok? Because I thought you were going to say something that I'm into that you weren't previously into and that you've kind of come around. But that's what I wasn't thinking, friggin' Excel. Like,
Did
duh.
you even know? And there's the Outlook one. There's all these mad hacks, man. I'm like, yep, I knew that. Oh, I'll try that. I'm
Uh,
like, oh my God, Kel would be laughing her ass
I
off at me.
mean, we all have
I
our
dig it.
things.
Yes, I've got to make many databases. I volunteer and do that stuff all the time. But yeah, the job, like I said, for me, it's just such a better place mentally. Like it is an adjustment. So I think I went through a bit of that, oh my God, where do I fit in this place? I'm used to
Mm.
being up here and having heaps of knowledge in the job that I'm in. Now I'm coming in
Yeah, you're a beginner
fresh.
again.
but my brain's like my skill set I know is higher. So I'm just like, I'm asking all the questions and doing all the things and trying not to, make sure I don't ruffle feathers
Yeah.
for people that have been there a long time. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't really work very well, trying to
Yeah.
pace myself.
Like
So make
slowly
changes
make the
slowly.
changes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but like it's really good. The people are amazing. Like I said, it's the first time for me working from home. At first I thought I would, I like to be around people, but I think with everything that's happened in the last year for me, it's great to not be
Hmm.
around a lot of people
Yeah.
and just resettle.
I
Not always,
agree.
Kelly. I still have to go out and do trivia and do other stuff with other humans because it's not
Yeah.
for
I
me.
mean, daily I'm in the gym, so I talk to my gym
That is
homies.
not the same. You have your
But
headphones on and you
no,
barely look at
I
people.
have my gym friends that I talk to, It's like, and the staff there, I'm friends with them. So they're like my workmates because they're the ones who I actually, see all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So you know what it's like. You have to have that human
Yeah,
contact
some
as well.
interaction.
But the balance of being able to, especially in winter, might I add, it is amazing to just have on warm, comfy stuff and then just walk down the hallway without having to go out into the fresh air
Yeah.
and just turn the heat on, sit here, get set up, and the brain switches on and it's good to go.
Yeah, exactly. And
And
it's just,
cooking fresh food.
there's no time of like wasting commuting to your office space and all, you can just start your day.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So yeah, so I've been sort of settling into that. And that's kind of it. Just like I said to you before, like I'm just doing a lot of body work, just listening to my body, appreciating my body. I kind of went off track with like my food and trying to, how I've been trying to get my inflammation in my body down and making good choices. And I went off track with that. But it was the first time in the history of my whole entire life I actually never said anything negative to myself. The whole,
Good.
oh, your way, you quit all the time, you can't stick to nothing, you fat slob, you're this, you're this.
Oh
Nothing.
God, do you really say that to yourself?
Yeah, it's like, look at you.
That's
No wonder you can't stick with
horrible.
anything. But I don't now.
Yeah, good. I'm glad
It's
that
just
you don't.
like it's like, okay, my body needs to take a rest. Like clearly all the different changes, we're just coming back into homeostasis and just
Yeah.
settling down, getting comfortable and stuff and hibernating a bit. And then it's like when the time is right, that's when the shifts change one step at a time. So yeah, I haven't been beating myself up. I've just been actually just so chill. Like literally, it's cold down here, but
Yeah. I mean, it's
relaxed.
good, like to also just remember to be lenient with yourself and your, just what you're
Yeah.
going through, like
Yep.
physically, mentally, all the rest of it, because it is
Yep.
winter.
Yep.
So we don't have to, be super strict with ourselves. Like it really is a time of nurturing and looking after
Yep.
yourself. So
100,
it doesn't matter if you
100%.
fall off track because that it's a forever
It's
thing,
rest. It's
it's a
rest
long
and
game.
reset.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, yeah, for now, this is how it is. And then I'll, when it feels right, I'll jump back on. It's like ebb and flows, you just go with it.
Yeah, that's it. And now that I've given myself time and space and being kind and loving, like without effort though, like that's the part that I'm so impressed with. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh
I
wow,
am
it's like without effort.
happy to
My
hear that.
brain, it's just because I've been working so hard and like loving and nurturing and appreciating and actually listening to my body because it's the thing that's ruling me, not my brain now. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, we need a bit of a rest right now. Oh, okay, we need a bit of this, bit of that. Okay, I'm going to honor that.
Yeah.
And then now I can feel, I'm like, oh God, I can't wait. I feel right now, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to make some different changes again. Like I'm getting
Yeah.
antsy. Like
Yeah.
I even said to Des, I'm like, oh, I'm starting back at the gym this weekend. I can feel it. Like I've been saying it in my head, but now I'm like, my body's like, oh, like imagining like the mad machines and different things that I love down there. And plus as you know, Kel, I've told you, my gym has many good other options like
Yeah.
massage
Tanning bed.
beds. The tanning thing, I tried once. It's not for me. But they've got the
See,
platform things.
I
I
would
know
utilize
you'd be
that
in there
so
because it's expensive,
much.
right? The tanning shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's more time consuming. Like I tan myself, I don't go unless it's an event or something, go to my beauty place. But it's just a pain. Like it's easier to just do it at the gym like that. You're so lucky.
Yeah, I don't do it, but maybe I'll do it often more for you then, hey?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, so that's kind of me in a nutshell. Like what stuff's been going on with you? Because honestly, truly, this is like the first time we've even
we've
properly caught
put
up
up, like just
since the
talk over
wedding.
text and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the last catch up that we had was just the day after I had my car
The
accident.
car.
So just in terms of all of that sort of stuff, it's still ongoing, but I have a little bit more of a, like wrapping up of all of that situation now, coming to the end of it. But, it's really just taught me about patience and, just accepting things as they are and not trying to, control things. And the outcome is going to, be revealed eventually, and it's going to be for my greater good in the long run. And, so I'm just really in that frame of mind of just let it go and, just whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I don't have a car. It doesn't look like I'm going to have a car. But as we were talking about earlier, Joe, I've got other options like with GoGet and like the bus and just
cool.
other things that I can maneuver around, and, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Obviously having a car is expensive. So I'm just looking at it from that way, where it's like I ask the universe to, help me out, help me get some abundance, and it's like, if this is how it shows up, then I'll just be thankful and think, okay, well, think of the money I'll save. I can go to Hawaii, like all of this kind of stuff, I'm just like taking it on board and just going with it. So I mean, there have been days, well, there was actually a week there, but I blame a lot of that on the astrology and what the energy was around at that time, because it was pretty hectic. But, there's been times where I have just, sort of been upset or angry or whatever. But same as like just this whole situation, I'm just letting that flow and come and, not suppressing anything like how I used to with my emotions, and really sitting with it and just acknowledging, okay, yeah, I feel sad today, and just let that, run its course instead of pretending that I'm not. So, that's another thing that I've sort of been grateful to experience, because it's like you don't get to test yourself with the things that you think that you've integrated and learned on your spiritual path until you have these big moments in life, where you really put to the test, and it's like, okay, did I pass? And yeah, I think I have. I think I'm doing pretty good, so and obviously, it is just a lot mentally and, all of the rest of it, but I feel like really good, considering all things considered. But yeah, another major thing that has come up since our last podcast and during the course of this whole fucking thing with my car is I'm officially starting like the divorce process with my husband. So on top of the other emotions about the car, with this piled on, there, like I said, there have been times where I've been down and upset. But I'm really just working through that as it comes up, and not
suppressing,
pushing it aside. Yeah, it's like, obviously going through a divorce is incredibly sad, and it doesn't matter,
definitely,
like the circumstances around it or whatever. Like nobody sets out to have a relationship that ends in divorce, and it's like it's a sad thing because you marry somebody intending for it to last forever, for the rest of your life, so at the same time though, it's like we've been separated for like 2.5 years, so it is time to finalize everything and start that new chapter. It's like good for him and for me for this to actually end officially, because it is in the back of your mind, like, Joe, like when you're in a relationship and then something like this happens and you get divorced, and it's like just tying up those loose ends. Like, it sounds terrible to say because it's your relationship, but mentally, like, you really need to have those cords cut so that you can start fresh. Because honestly, like, it has been in the back of my mind where it's like, if I'm talking to somebody, then I think, okay, do I need to tell them that I'm still technically married? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is kind of a guilt thing.
I have been there.
Yeah. So it's like, at least I won't have to worry about that, and having to disclose to the person, like, I'm actually still married. So do you not want to continue? Like, you know what I mean? Like, not that I'm seeing anybody, but, that is on my mind.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like what you said anyway. It's spiritually and symbolically, cutting cords.
Yeah.
It is called tying up loose ends or closing a chapter, but I think it's, symbolically it's just about moving forward
Yeah. And
and
energetically.
honoring, like honoring what was, all the things you've learned. Like I've been there too. It is very, compared to obviously when we talked last year, compared to this time this year, it's like, you've definitely very much shifted, because now you are feeling your emotions, like you said, with the
Yeah,
car and being in
exactly.
your body, because your body's telling you the story. You try and work it out by pushing weights. That's how
Yeah.
you let it go.
Fight
But it's
my
like, instead of sitting,
demons in the gym.
yeah, instead of sitting and letting the thing come up, and just like you said, just honoring that that's what it is and being in it, and then letting it move forward.
Yeah, because as humans, we just have to
Suppress.
accept the fact that, yeah, we get sad. And I don't want to have that trapped in my body and
That's exactly right.
turn out to be like lower back pain, which is what usually happens when I suppress these kinds of emotions. And, it's like I'm really
Root
just
chakra.
learning that. And I know, like, to a lot of people, it might sound like this, me and Jody talking about like me expressing emotions like this. Yeah, like it might seem really basic, but for me, it's not. Like, I really have issues with expressing and feeling emotions just because of my birth chart. And, it's just how I am. Like, I just kind of push it aside. So the
and
fact
I'm
that
the
I can
same.
now acknowledge it and sit with it and be like, oh, okay, I feel sad. I feel like I want to cry. I'm going to let myself cry. Like
I do.
I wouldn't normally do that. Yeah.
I do know. It wasn't until I started properly doing heaps of work on myself too that I didn't even know how to name an emotion.
Yeah. I remember
Like
you had this
my
chart.
wheel. I still
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Where it's like identifying
It's
where
like,
it falls
okay,
and if it's in
because
this category, like,
there's layers.
what spectrum it's in and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
It's like
layers.
there's more to emotions than, just sad or whatever. It's like obviously anger, and then why are you angry? Oh, it's because you're actually frightened, or, just all these things. So it's
Yep.
like
Or
really learning how to decipher all of that. That's what I've been going through this past 5 weeks, or however many weeks it's been since our last podcast. So for
yeah,
me,
like
yeah, it's a
how
lot
long
of
has it been?
embodying, what I've learned, and really, stepping into
Wait,
what are
I'm
you
trying to show you. This background. I'm trying to show you. I
so
just
people on audio
Here we go.
can't.
I'm trying to show you, Kel, but anyway, it won't show
People
me.
on
But
audio.
I
Jody's trying to
literally
show me
just
something on her phone, but because she's got like an image on her background, she's just disappearing. And
so I literally just downloaded another new mad emotion wheel
yeah.
2 days
Oh,
ago.
okay. Yeah, you'll have to text me the picture so I can have a look at it.
Yes, because it's funny, because there's usually 3 levels of stuff. And so before, as you know, before doing heaps of work, like it still will happen, but like I could just snap and get angry so easy. I'd be so volatile.
Hmm.
And like when you look at, like, what anger means, like all the different underpinning stuff, because it's like the iceberg where all the
Yeah.
stuff is
And
really
like
underneath. So
self-worth and all of that kind of, yeah.
these are some of the things that represent what hurt, like what anger really is: hurt, threatened, hateful, mad, aggressive, frustrated, distant, critical. And then it goes to the next layer where it's the deeper stuff that makes you want to cry, because you're like, oh, wait, that's what it really is.
Yeah.
So it's devastated, insecure, resentful, violated, enraged. There's all these
Mm.
other things, and you go, oh, wow, 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 wow. So, yeah, for
Yeah.
me, like you, I didn't even know what they represented. So I still have to refer to my emotion wheel like a little kid,
Yeah.
because I'm like, it's new.
Yeah. It's just a blockage. And maybe that is because we're both Aquarius moons,
The detached.
Yeah. It's like have issues with emotions because of
But
that.
mate, can I cry in a
Yeah.
rom-com?
But I swear, like that's what I've really kind of, noticed about myself over the past few weeks. Just really being able to feel what I'm going through and integrating that, and just really embodying everything, So I am
Yeah.
proud of myself for that. Like everything that I'm going through, I'm just really in it. You know what I mean? Like I'm in
And
my body experiencing it, not trying to detach from the reality.
yeah, and it's like happening in real time. Whereas before, when we first start all of this work, and self-awareness, it can like you can have the thought and the ideas, but then you don't actually integrate and know how to figure it out for weeks and weeks. Whereas now we're able to do it as it's happening. Like we're very aware and conscious. You go, oh, okay, this is what, and then you sit with it more, and then you can like be healing within days, even less. But then we're taking our time so that we get through all the layers that keep popping up, and that's why I think it's divine timing about the divorce stuff happening at this exact time. Like,
and it is perfect alignment with the pattern app, like the stuff that I'm going through, which is literally like ending relationships, reality check, letting go. Like they're my cycles. So it's literally in alignment. But just in terms of that, it's taken me years in the past to realize, oh, hey, I actually do have feelings for this person still. Like, you know what I mean? Or, oh, this actually did make me upset 10 months ago, So now it's like I really sit with it, deal with it in, 1 day turnaround. So I get uncomfortable with that, but I lean into it because I'm like, no, tomorrow will be better. Because
the more practice,
the
easier it gets. Yeah, that's the same
and
thing
I
that's
guess
been
the
happening
good
for
thing
me.
as well, like, is that I haven't felt like, numbing that pain or whatever with wine.
Yeah.
Like,
why are you throwing that out there?
Getting blackout drunk, or something, because that is a pattern for me, like not that I'm, drink a lot, but I often would need to drink if I'm feeling sad or just feeling some type of way. It's like I haven't had to do that.
And also, Kel, like a observation from my end for you as well, like usually when all of these things would layer up, like you don't share your emotions or understand them back before, but then because when you would get so overwhelmed, then you would just like emotional explosion, like cry for the whole day, and it's like you didn't have, like, especially when the car thing happened, usually, we're the ones trying to, so make sure, as the big sister, it's like we try and just, but you didn't need anyone. Like, you just took care of your shit. And I'm like,
I
wow,
didn't even
you've
have
grown.
any wine then either.
No, you're just like going, okay, my body's sore. And we're like going, don't go to the gym. You need to rest. You're like, no, I don't want to.
That's another thing, actually. Like, that's how long this whole process has taken, that I've gone through my physio, recovered,
again,
healed, and now I'm 100%.
Yay.
So it's like just taken that long where, everything to be sorted.
Yeah,
it's just kind of crazy, everything that it feels way longer, like, than 5 weeks or whatever it is. 7 weeks since my accident. 7 weeks.
Oh yeah, because it would have been in June.
Yeah, June the 15th.
Oh God, yeah, right. Yep. Okay, it's been a bit of time, but so and obviously everything we've been through, that's like we're only going to have 1 week break for Dean and Sam's amazing wedding.
Yeah, it was like thinking coming back in a fortnight, and then it was like, no, we need longer.
We didn't even talk about it. We were just like, no.
And so I mean, I guess we can just have a little bit of a talk about like the podcast itself, because we've decided that we're going to call it a season 2 when we do come back officially and talk about a topic, and we're going to have guests. Our first guest we've decided is our cousin Shalina.
Shell, you're it.
That episode might be about, maybe we'll talk about spirits, because she kind of, like gets messages from spirit in dreams, and, she gets visitors.
And the kids.
The kids.
And then she used to, and family, and she'd shit herself, and she'd go, hey, what is happening here? What do you think this is?
And we just send the ghost emoji. And
laugh. We'll definitely chat to like a few new people like that obviously family and friends and stuff, because that's who we learn off as well, and just to get different perspective on different things. So we're coming for you, family.
Mom.
We're gonna have a chat to everyone, because we're all in this together at the end of the day. It'll be fun though.
I'm looking forward to it. So
oh God, how fun will it be trying to get mum and dad to jump on Zoom call?
Oh my God.
We'll
maybe we'll have to go down.
We'll be there. Let's just Oh,
In my
bless.
go-get car.
We're already problem solving before it even begins. Oh, bless. Anyway, it was good to see you, literally, because I
Yeah,
haven't
you
really properly
too.
caught up for a
In a
while.
while.
Yeah, and then we'll do a like a proper podcast topic with Shell.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't say 100% that it's next week. It could be the one after.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're just going with the
Maybe
flow.
we'll just do an episode and then the week
what
after might be
happens.
with Shalina, or I don't know.
Yeah, we'll
We'll just go
alternate.
with the flow.
We'll
I
see how
mean,
we feels.
We have a few things on our list that we need to like cover.
A lot.
So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go through that and see which one is the ideal fit for season 2.
That's
Season
it.
2 return.
Oh God, how funny. All right. Well, that's it then. We'll
Yeah.
catch up with everyone next time.
Yeah, thank you for listening.